How y'all doing today? This is going to be a video of part of the East Fork of the San Jacinto River at East End Park in Kingwood, Texas. And where I'm at is called Otter Point. And believe it or not, it is actually pretty pretty good for habitat for otter. I haven't seen otter up in the East Fork personally, but I've seen them all over Lake Houston and the West Fork, so I'm almost certain they're up here. There's plenty of habitat, plenty of food, so good place for them to be. And I'm on a boardwalk. In fact, half the trail to get here is boardwalk. This is all marshland and wetland and lowland. So this is flooded land, not always, and sometimes it's just pure swamp. There are places that are definitely swamps. That's okay. A lot of habitat for deer. The deer population is starting to come back since Harvey. We just had Hurricane Isabel, or Tropical Storm Isabel, that dumped a lot of rain, more in the East Fork than it did in the West Fork. Harvey devastated the West Fork, like beyond belief devastation, and transformed it. And then this time, Isabel poured more rain to the northeast of here, and the devastation was more here than it was in the West Fork, because there was more current. So you can even see there's still silt and sand built up from Isabel. It's only a few weeks ago. There are a few sand mines up. This is a cool little cove. It's relatively deep. And so, I say relatively, it's probably about 4 or 5 feet. Maybe a little bit more in the center. And so you do get, this is actually a pretty good place to fish. They do come up in this cove, especially to spawn. So if you're looking in the early spring and you hit it right, you are going to score gangbusters, probably on yellow bass and white bass, for sure. And so this is a very popular place for people to come. I like it here. It's one of those hot days here in October where we kind of get into an argument between the Gulf of Mexico and the Arctic Circle. And right now the Gulf of Mexico has blown the last cool front back at us. And so we're at 86, 87 degrees, high humidity. Cold front's coming through in about 2 days. Fairly good cold front for here. So our low tonight's going to be around 68, 67, 68. And in the 2 days, our low will be about 55. And dry air, much more comfortable. Generally, the air we get from the Arctic Circle is relatively dry, and the air we get from the Gulf is saturated with humidity, saturated with air, with water. So, moisture, there you go. So there is, if beyond that gap you see, is Lake Houston, or the opening for Lake Houston. It essentially is Lake Houston, past that big. Those are islands that have been transformed. They were not as high as they are now. They have been accumulating sand. I think they got a lot of sand from the sand mines. So I'm going to get a kayak out there. So do my best. So anyway, this video has gone long enough. And you know, for us here in Southeast Texas, this is just, we're very used to this. You know, if you're going to be recreational outdoors, you're going to be a river rat. You're going to be on the rivers because that's what we got. We got rivers, we got lakes. We do have the Gulf of Mexico. You can be a salt life kind of guy. I'm sure that's trademarked. But I like those shirts, by the way. I love the shirts. And so I've been that guy before. I've been fishing a lot down in Galveston and Freeport and Surfside. And you may say, well, California beaches are more beautiful. You're right. but our cost of living is way lower. So I bought a house here for $95,000. So that was about 6 years ago. Anyway, it's worth a lot more now. It was the bottom of the market. But anyway, long story short, hope y'all enjoy this. And I'm going to keep on doing some hiking. So there you go. And the rest of this, I actually came through here off trail looking to see if maybe I could find a few shed antlers. But with the floodland, the way there's silt all over everything, it's very tough to see. Plus, I'm almost 50 years old, and my glasses are coming in the mail, but I don't see as good as I used to. So anyway, I'm going to let y'all go, and y'all have a fine evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.